Alright, boys, the old DS2 is out here, and I'm just using this. This applies to other machines, and you medical users using that M8 call, you know, you better be watching. You know, if you're inexperienced metal detectors, this little video here could get you on something good in the wild. Obstructions, tall tree roots, trees, wooden fence posts. You know, these detectors have this variable speed on them, you know, like the old Manicore, Equinox, JS2. You could be in a polluted site hunting. Maybe you're running this machine a little faster. Maybe you're running it 2.5 or 3. And you walk up. There's an elevated sidewalk down the road from me with concrete that even fits into this, and it don't have any steel in it either. Very tall, elevated sidewalks, trees. Alright? So you may be sweeping around in that site and you walk up to that tree, you know, and you're running this machine in 2.5 or 3 in a high iron sight, and you sort of just move the call around the tree, you don't hear anything, and you walk off. Does that mean there wasn't anything there that you could have detected? The answer is no. Now, I'm posting this video because there's a gentleman over there on the friendly forum. He says he's having trouble pinpointing. I think he's using the DS2. I'm not sure what call he's using. And I've given him an example over there on that forum. This machine will detect a target, especially run slower off the nose of the call, so to speak, not the center of the call. Okay, and a masker can force that to happen. Depending on how you've got this machine set up, if you come over the masker more so with the center of the call, you won't get your signal. You start pushing the call forward or pulling the call back. That may be how you strike a target. You sweep back and forth as such over it, and you're getting that signal, and you're like, oh boy, I'm going to dig the hole. Well, you may find out that you've not dug in the right place. And you've got that nail, or it could be non-ferrous trash. Maybe you were running notch on this machine. And when you pull the call back, they come over the top of the notch. Okay, so you've got two. You could have two non-ferrous targets there, a desirable and an undesirable, and you try to start pinpointing all that shit, you know, it can confuse you. So, stellar digging holes where they sound off with this detector can be, you know, it ain't gonna happen all the time, I don't think. Me and my buddy got tangled up on a couple of finds actually in a site here about a week and a half ago with an M8 call and a Manicore. They weren't under the call, boys. Okay? Nowhere near the center of that call on that detector. Now, here's what I'm going to show you here. Simulation. You see that dime right there? Now, I'm going to have this call back here at the edge of that two-by-four, slightly over it. Could you detect a target under the edge of a tree, a small tree, big tree? If you can get up close enough, it's possible. Those targets can be difficult to extract. Okay, so I'm in the sensitive FT program. Let me turn this camera off briefly. All right, camera back on. So you see that dime back there. So we're simulating that that's in the ground, and I'm not able to get the call over it. Maybe it's in right under the edge of a tree or a tall root. Okay, and I can't get the call over it as such. Okay, so I'm in speed 3 here. Okay, watch what happens. Let me let these cars get down the road. Right, so I'm in audio response 4, speed 3. I'm going to leave this window open on the detector. Okay, so that dime is over there. Okay? Sensitive FT. So here I am sweeping over here. You hear anything? You don't hear anything, do you? Okay, now I'm going to start lowering this reactivity. That's 2.5. 2. Hear that? That's 1.5. 1. 2.5. 3. Okay? So you can hear a target underneath the edge of a tree or a big tall root. Monster-sized tall root, or maybe a tree stump. The tree stump is tall. Well, you're not going to sweep up here. You know, 1.5 or 2 above it. So the closest you can get to it is jobbing that colvin there and sweeping. Better to be running this machine slower than faster to see if anything's in there. Okay? Now remember what we're simulating there for depth. 2x4 width. See it there? That's not very deep, but it could be there. Alright? Speed 1, listen. Hear that? Now, you may not get the strongest of signal running this machine slower, but something's better than nothing, okay? That's going to conclude the video.